Hi, I'm Duquesity Dean, and I enjoy helping ordinary people organize their lives so that they can achieve even the most impossible dreams. Now, I'll tell you, I didn't get this far in my journey without having some real colorful experiences. And I can remember many years ago, I worked in an organization and was assigned to a leader who just did not know how to connect with me. Not only did she not know how to connect with me, she also didn't know how to speak with me. And I used the words with specifically and intentionally because communication is a two-way street. And when we speak with the people that we lead, it's a dialogue. But for some reason, many years ago, my leader did not understand that it was a dialogue. She threw directions at me. She spoke down at me. She just did not connect. And honestly, I was turned off. In my mind, as she was talking, I tossed questions like, who does she think she is? And why does she think she has the right to speak to me any kind of way? So our connection was already broken. And so the majority of her instructions I did not even get because I was lost in my own head, really annoyed that this woman would treat me as if I just did not matter. And so I'm going to be real with you. I gave about 80% of my effort to completing my task. And that's because I have my own standard that I want to live up to. I could have given 100. But I wasn't encouraged to do so. And many times we have leaders who say things like, you're being paid a salary. That's the greatest incentive that you need. And that is such a statement to turn off an individual. Because in exchange for that salary, I extend an effort. And so they kind of balance out. As leaders, we have to learn how to speak with our team members. We have to learn how to connect with them. We have to learn what their communication style is and incorporate it when we dialogue with them. Now, there are some leaders who just create communication barriers. And I want to share 4 of those barriers with you. The first is assumption. These leaders are the type of leaders, they assume they know what you're going to say, what you're going to do. They assume they know what you know. And so because they assume everything, they don't give you the opportunity to share your knowledge and to perform at your highest capability. And then we have some leaders who create a barrier through arrogance. They're above us. Because they have the title of leader, elevates them to 5 steps above us. And so their arrogance naturally turns us off because we begin to ask the question, who does that person really think they are? And then we have some leaders who like to control. Control is a serious barrier in communication. Because if you're giving me an assignment and you want to control how you do it, you may as well do it yourself. On the last interview that I went to when I worked in corporate Bahamas, I made it very clear as I sat in the interview that I don't enjoy micromanagement. And that to get the best out of me, allow me to be creative and think outside of the box, and I will bring you results. And so as a leader, we break down communication when we have to have so much control. Set the parameters. Talk about the project. Talk about the goals. Talk about the results that you would like to see and allow your team members to function. And then 4th, indifference. Oh my gosh, there are some leaders who are so indifferent to their employees. They don't care about the fact that you face traffic. They don't care about the fact that your mom died. They don't care about the fact that, you know what, it's been a rough few weeks for you, coming to work 6 days, every week for 5 weeks. There's no consideration. They're just indifferent. And they turn you off. And by turning you off, you don't speak with them. And so the communication is absolutely broken down. As a leader, we have to do everything we possibly can to avoid having barriers in communication. And the reality is, communication is 55% of our body language, 38% of our voice volume and tone, and 7% words. And so that means 93% of the way that we communicate is already through nonverbal communication. When you throw in assumption, arrogance, control, and indifference, you will have a team that has disunity and dislike of their leader. And so learn to build effective communication skills so that you can have a cohesive team unit and so that your team members know that there's an open door policy and you're willing to help them learn, grow, and develop. And your connection will be greater and your success will also be greater. If you're interested in learning how to develop your communication skills so that you can connect with your team and drive them to ultimate performance, call me at 424-6012 or register for one of my upcoming courses at duquessedean.com.